What is up, YouTube? It's Arkham Moose 26 here, and welcome back to another episode of Arkham Moose Collection. And we got a lot of stuff to showcase today. A lot of comics, some Hot Wheels, and then another couple of little special things. But yeah, let's just get straight into it, and leave a like, subscribe, hope you all enjoy, and yeah, so yeah. Okay, let's start with the Hot Wheel. So the first one I have is the motorcycle from what is it called actually? The Bat Pod. Yeah, from the Dark Knight. Pretty cool. I like the artwork on here. The next one I have is this Spider-Man one. I believe it's from the Amazing Spider-Man show, I believe, but I don't know. Don't quote me on that, man, for real. The cool thing about this one is it's like a heavy metal type of thing. So it's like made out of metal, when the rest of these are like plastic-ish, I guess. I don't know. And then we have Venom from that set. I really like this design. And again, great artwork. And then we got, whoa, shit. Little Scorpion. Again, like this artwork. And then the last Hot Wheel is this Monster Truck one. Let me say that again. Monster Truck. There we go. And then it's a, what is it called? Treasure Hunt, I believe is what they're called. And that's like the chase version or the special. What this means is the tires are red and then the car is like silverly diamond metal. And yeah, that's what we got for the Hot Wheel. And then I'll move on to the rings. So, yeah. Let's move on to the rings. Okay, these are the Green Lantern rings. These are, I got them from eBay. Yeah, eBay. They were originally on Amazon, and they're from DC. But Amazon kept selling out, and their prices were, like, crazy expensive. They were, like, $100. Yeah, but I got these on eBay. So let's go ahead and open them up. Let me see if I can do it one-handed. Ugh. I can. Let's just take a look. So we got like this little silver kind of, not silver, maybe like metallic, glittery Green Lantern. And then we have all the rings themselves. And I think these are made for girls. No, I know they're made for girls because it said it on the post. Because they don't fit men. I mean, they fit on my pinky. I can try one on and just show y'all. Sorry about this. Yeah. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and put them all on my fingers and then show them all off. Right here. Okay, that took a good amount of time, but this is what they look like. This is the, I guess you'd call them the bad guys. We got the black one, the orange, the yellow, the red, the pink. If you want to know their names, they're all right here. We got Willpower, Death, Life, Fear, I don't know how to say that word, Rage, Love, Hope, whatever that, Compassion. Yeah, we got all of them. And let me show you my other hand if I can get to it. The white one, the light blue, the green, and the dark blue. They all, I mean, if I had less fatter fingers, they would fit. But your boy is a little thick, so, you know. And the only bad thing about them is, like, if you wear them for too long, they'll leave, like, a little bit of a, color on your finger. But the full color ones that, like, didn't have silver, they would break if you bought them. So I didn't buy those ones, I bought these ones. But yeah, those are the rings. I would recommend you pick them up from eBay, not from Amazon. Don't do Amazon. Do eBay. Yeah. just make sure you have smaller hands, and I think they're adjustable. So I think you can adjust them. I just don't know how. So like, you know, if you know how to do that, maybe leave a comment and tell me. And yeah, I like them. So yeah, on to the comics. All right, comic time. The first one we have is Peacemaker presents visually. Oh my god, I cannot fucking speak English. Peacemaker presents Vigilante and Eagly double feature. I picked up all the other 4 and I loved them, so I picked up this one too. Okay, on to the next one. We got Absolute Batman number 12. I think this is a variant cover, but I don't know. I'm not too smart when it comes to like variant covers. I don't know what is a variant cover. I don't know what isn't. So yeah, but I know it looks different, and it might be the regular one, or it might not be. Who knows? All I know is I'm loving the Absolute universe, and I'm gonna keep picking them up. The next one we got is Absolute Batman number 13 with the girl here. Looking good as ever. You know, that's what she be doing. And then let's move on to the next one. We got number 14 for Absolute Batman. You're gonna get a little slippery here. Pause. Yeah, number 14 for Absolute Batman. Like I said, I'm loving this series, so I'm gonna keep supporting them, keep picking them up. And then we got, number 15. I know this is a variant cover because it doesn't look like actual art. That's not what I meant to say. It doesn't look like the art style of the other ones, like how this is like drawn. This kind of looks like more using like technology or something. But this is the Joker, baby. Like, look at that. Who wouldn't be scared of that, for real? Like, that's scary as hell. And yeah, but let's move on to the next couple comments. Okay, the next one we have is Absolute Arc M. Get the joke there, you know. I haven't read into this one yet. I think it's in the same universe as Absolute Batman. I mean, the same world or whatever. I think it's just a different storyline, and it's telling about Arkham instead of just focusing on Batman. So I'm gonna read this, and then I'll see how it is, and if I like it, I'll definitely be picking up the rest of Absolute Arkham too. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. You're probably wondering, why is this one out of the bag and border? Well, that's because I'm going to show you all a few pages of this one, because it's probably my most favorite comic right now, especially for the times that stuff happening. But we got Absolute Batman 2025 Annual number 1. And which I believe what annual means is, it's like in the same, it's the same Absolute Batman, but it's just a different storyline, I believe. But I don't know. And I love this cover, by the way. So this is what we got. And if you haven't read it, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just going to show you a couple little pics out of here and tell you why I like them. Okay, first off, that's some mad punch. Am I right? Got the little piggies. If you know, you know. Yeah. A little reference to Professor Pig and also the pigs in America right now. So. And then we get into my favorite part, the juicy meatiness of the book. You see how the tone changes? We got like the red sky. And this has a bunch of, let's just say, not people. We got bad people, you know. They're very mean, very rude, but that's who they be. And they need to be taken out. If you know what I mean, you know? And look at that. Like, don't you just want a wallpaper of that? I feel like this is America to me. Right here. Him doing that. Like, you know, I 100% agree with this. What he's doing. You gotta be doing this. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I really do not agree with what's going on in America right now. All this, let's just say, ice cream stuff needs to be done. It needs to get out of here. We don't want it no more. And This comic just shows that most of us do not stand for this type of shit. And I 100% agree with this comic. There's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world right now, and we need somebody to stop it and stand with the community and shit like that. So, yeah, this is by far my favorite comic of 2025, 2046, and maybe in 2027. Who knows? This is wow, that's all I can say. There's a bunch of parts in here. I like it. That's pretty good. If your face can get punched in so bad that you literally like see a hole in your mouth, that ain't good. And then we have a guy saying, please, this ain't the way. And then we have Batman saying, this is my way. You know? Because that's who he is. That's who he be. And he's going to defend the people who can't defend themselves. So. And then he goes and gets his Batmobile, which is like a big monster truck type thing. Which I love. Big fan of this. And then the little piggies, you're running a little piggy camp. And then Batman tracks him down because he's Batman. That's what he's going to do. And then he just drives his big old monster truck straight through the piggy castle. And he breaks it down, you know? Because that's what he be doing. And then they start firing at him because, well, of course you would fire at him. And then he starts chopping guys' heads off, hands off, all that stuff. And then my favorite quote right here. He says, get back. Man, you can't do this. We're human beings. And Batman's response to this is, nah, you're roaches. And then after that, his response, he says, only one way to deal with those. A flamethrower. And you burn it down to the ground. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Big fan of this, really. And then, there's a couple other things. And there's a part where he's talking to his dad. Because his dad's dead. This is like before, in the past, before he died. He's talking to his dad, and his dad's telling him that he may not be able to do everything, but he's doing what he can for people. And everybody. Because everybody deserves help and stuff. As long as you're a person and not a flippin' roach, you know what I mean? But hey, you know. And then, pretty sure that's the end. And then we see him going home with his little monster truck. Sorry, big monster truck, you know? Who doesn't like that, you know? And then, this is just a great little image right here. We got Batman using his little walkers. Because why not? This is like afterwards, he's taking just down another little bad guy group. And yeah, that's why I love this comic. And if you don't love this, sorry. If you don't agree with this, or don't like this comic, then please do not be subscribed to this channel. Or talk to me any way, shape, or form, because you don't belong here, you know? But if you cool with this, you like this, hey, leave a like, subscribe, because this is who I am, this is who I stand for, this is my everything. So, yeah. Now let's put him back in the little bag. Yeah. Boom. In his bag. I'm definitely going to be hanging this up on my wall, because favorite. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is Absolute Superman number 11. And then, yeah, I haven't really started reading Absolute Superman. I read like maybe the first 2 issues, and I loved them. So then I've been picking up the rest, just like I did with Absolute Batman. So let's just kind of speed through these a little bit. Got number 12. These are amazing artworks, amazing covers. This Superman kind of looks a bit anime-y, I guess. Animated, anime-y, I don't know how you would say that. Let me get number 13 here. Whoa. I don't know too much about this. All I know is that, like, Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul comes in here later. And then Superman has, like, a... Not a nanotech, it's more like an alien alive, cape. And then we got number 14, which again, amazing artwork here. Amazing cover. I love it. And then we got Absolute number 15. Absolute Superman number 15. And I believe this one starts a new storyline. Yeah, it says it right there. A new story starts here. So it takes like, it's still, I feel like all of this is the beginning. 14 and below, but 15 is a brand new thing. It's still Absolute Superman, but I think he's doing different stuff. Like, I think he's doing a Metropolis. And these ones, I don't think he was in there, but I don't know. I haven't read too far into them, so don't quote me on anything. And then, yeah, that's going to be it for the Absolute Superman. Let's move on to the next comic. Alright. Absolute Flash, number 6. Again, I like the Flash, and I picked the first 3 issues of this, and I loved them. So I'm getting the rest of these, like I did with the other 2 Absolute things. And if you want to see my reviews on any of my comics, once I actually start getting deep and reading a lot of them, I'll post my reviews on Discord. And then, yeah, I'll start posting those maybe next week, give you a couple reviews. Because I want to start trying to read more comics. And because right now I've read a couple, but I don't know, I don't have a lot of time. But I was trying to make time for them, okay? Boom. The next one, Absolute Flash number 7. Let's kind of speed through this. Using the Speed Force, get the joke. Absolute number 8. Again, I'm loving these covers. I like how they're all different styles of art. Between the Flash, the Superman, the Batman. And then we have Absolute number 9. Absolute Flash number 9. I don't know much about him. I don't think this is Wally West. I don't believe so. I don't think it's Barry Allen. All I know is there's a purple monkey, and I think that's Gorilla Grodd. And then we have Absolute Flash number 10. Again, I am loving these artwork. And then let's move on to the next comic. Okay, sorry if you hear my fan. It's a bit warm in here, so I had to turn on the fan and turn it up high, because it's warm in here, you know? And look, peep the background. Amazing. Little PC over there. This is my new setup. My old setup was just in my room on my bed. That wasn't cutting it, so I needed to upgrade. We got a standing desk. There's buttons over here. You can press them, and it goes up. Got the PC. The Arkham Origins amazing mouse pad. And then, boom, that. But I digress. Is that the word to say? I don't know. I saw something about this. Oh, sorry about the glare. Something about this on Instagram. I'm not too sure what it is. I haven't read into it yet. I want to read it because it has probably my favorite characters on here. It's DC Black Label, and it has Batman, Green Arrow, The Question. I don't know much about it. All I know is that I think these characters are a bit older. Like, look at my boy. He got white hair. Batman, old looking. The Question, old looking. If you don't know who The Question is, go watch. What show had him in? Justice League Unlimited. You know, those shows. He sounds like Pedro Pascal. That was DC cast Pedro Pascal. I know I said I don't like Pedro Pascal, but The Question, Pedro Pascal. And should I show off? Yeah, I'll show a couple little panels of this. Like I said, I don't know much. Son of a bitch. I don't know much about this. Yeah, I don't really know anything about this. There's The Question. I think it's Batman, Green Arrow, The Question are fighting each other. Keyword, I think. But I don't know. Or maybe they're working together. I have no idea. I'm definitely gonna read into this more because these are all kind of my favorite characters. You see, I do a lot of content about Batman, a little bit about Green Arrow, and The Question, you know, there's not much to do about him because he's just him. But yeah, I want to read this, and then give y'all my thoughts. But yeah, I really like his suit. Kind of look like Batman 89 mixed with like the animated series a bit. So yeah, and I think what Black Label means is that it's a bit more like a smaller comics and made by a smaller company. And I think it's like more bloody. I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on anything, please. But let's get into the next comic. Now we got the second part of this, number 2. See how I mean? It kind of looks like the animated series. He has the white eyes, the long ear. But yeah, and it's my favorite, Snow. I love Snow, so I had to pick this up. I knew it was about them in the snow on some island or some shit, so your boy had to pick it up. And I believe that is all the DC comics I have for now. Stay tuned for the last 2. Big reveal. So, yeah. Okay, and for the grand finale, the last 2 comics I got here, they're pretty big. I'm really excited for them. And I want to see more. For what I've read, they are peak absolute cinema. So, boom. Like, wow. Deadpool and Batman, Marvel and DC teaming up. I think the last time they teamed up was like 20-something years ago. And I'll show you a couple pages and let you see the magic for yourself. P.S. I really, really, really fucking love the art. My boy Daredevil and my boy Green Arrow, two biggest boys. Let's just kind of get into it. So it starts. I think this is the first one technically. Starts with Bruce Wayne, chilling in his house, and then Deadpool crashes in, talking about like blah 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 blah. He's saying like, "Hey, who are you? What are you doing in my house?" And then Deadpool's all like, "I'm looking for this Batman dude. I gotta fight him." And then, favorite part right here, we got Deadpool interacting with the butler, Mr. Wayne. Alfred. Yeah, that's what I like. And then, and this is the newer Batman. The blue, gray, and like yellow one. Not Absolute, but the different one. So, he sees the bat signal and he's like, "Ooh, that's where he'll be." And then, it's so fucking peak, bro. We got Deadpool talking to Jim Gordon. Like, holy shit. This is peak. And then Jim Gordon ain't even really fazed about it. He's like, "Hey, Gotham, just a regular night." And he's talking to Deadpool, saying how like, "Oh, you know Batman?" And he's like, "What if I point a sword in your face?" And then my boy Batman, boom, beats the shit out of him. And then Batman is like, "Bow, bow, bow." And then Deadpool's like, "Pee pee poo." And he's like, "Let's just call it a win." And Batman's like, "Nah, I totally beat your ass." And then Batman and Deadpool are talking to Mr. Gordon Blue. And then Batman and Deadpool keep talking to him. And then, getting excited. We got Batman and Deadpool in the Batmobile. Amazing. And then they get gassed with some shit from the Joker, probably. And then, Deadpool and the Joker standing next to each other. And then I'll go ahead and pause here. I'll flip to a couple upper pages. Ooh. Joker, Deadpool. Deadpool gets zapped by Joker and it has his venom in it, I think. Not venom, gas. But that doesn't really affect Deadpool because he's Deadpool. He's like, that doesn't do shit to me, it just makes me more silly. And then stuff happens, you know. They get Joker. Ooh, 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 ooh. And then we get a little sneak peek. It tells us about a bit of everything. We got Captain America and Wonder Woman. Not the biggest fan about Wonder Woman or Captain America, so that's okay. Jeff and Crypto. That is awesome. Jeff and Crypto. The two animals. Daredevil and Green Arrow. Amazing. Rocket Raccoon and Green Lantern. Are you joking? Then we got Old Man Logan versus Batman The Dark Knight Returns. And then we got Logo, which is Lobo Batman. Woo! Let's kind of speed run through this. We got Wonder Woman and Captain America fighting the bad boy, Mr. Hitler. You know, bad dude, bad dude. And then, some other stuff happens. Blah, blah, blah. Something that I like is we see this little Wonder Woman holding the shield. That's pretty cool. And a Green Lantern in the back. I think Steve dies in this universe because he gets old as hell. Or something. Who knows? I don't know. My favorite part of this book right here. I'm a big animal fan. We got Crypto playing ball with the boy shark. And then they're playing. And it's just, I don't know. I'm speechless. Speechless? Sorry, I can't speak. And then, they're like, boys, it's time to come home. And then they're like, oh, peak moment. They're like, you cool dude. And they high five each other. Like, oh my God. About to make me cry, for real. This is amazing. I cannot express how much I love it. Okay, and then, but really amazing. And then we get into Daredevil and Green Arrow. They're fighting ninjas, because why wouldn't they be? And again, I'm kind of a big fan of Green Arrow. So this is pretty cool. Them meeting each other. And then... Oh. We see a Green Lantern here. Wait, no. Count Vertigo. That's who it is. Sorry. And then, okay. We move on over to the Guardians of the Galaxy meeting Green Lantern. Oh my God. Peak. Rocket Raccoon saying brightest day, blackest night, yada yada. Green flame on. That's fucking funny as hell. And then we got Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon's Green Arrow. Parallax Hal Jordan with the Thanos gauntlet. Beware my power. What's the parallax? Him fighting fucking Thanos? You can't tell me that's not cool. Okay. And then, this might be my favorite. Big fan of Old Man Logan. I like the Wolverine. I like this art style. And look at that. Just two angry men fighting each other. So peak. Sorry if this is a bit of a longer video, but, you know, I'm excited. I'm really happy. Cool cover. Blah, 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 blah. Outlaw. Ooh. That's pretty good. Logo is Logan and Lobo combined. So he got the claws, but he also has like the gray skin, the yellow, the black leather, the motorcycle stuff. Yeah, I love it. Who wouldn't like that? Like, come on. And yeah, that's the end for that. I'll show you the part 2. Okay, drum roll, please. There's a little drum roll. Ugh. So peak. We have Deadpool doing the little Wolverine with his claws. And it's like a zombie Deadpool. Like, my God. So amazing. Let's get into it. I don't even know what to say. I'm so blown away. This peak reference to Arkham Asylum. Sorry, Arkham City. Him walking out with the Joker. And then what we got on over here, Deadpool fighting little, what are these called? I don't know what these are, little like silly looking ninjas. And then he completely obliterates them. He's literally standing in a pool of blood. And then we have Court of Owls. Big thing. And then, sorry, I'm trying to hold it still, but the fan is kind of blowing it. A pause on that, not gonna lie. And I believe this is a part 2 to the one that we just looked at. Oh, he's saying like, Deadpool's all like, I think you should be good. You're the main character. You can't die. And he gets shot with like 80 billion arrows. And he was like, it's not real. Not real, Deadpool. Inside of mine. No, wow. Yeah, that's... Cassandra Cain. Peak. Oh, okay. Gonna cover that up. Batman dies, I believe. Oof, I don't know. And then, he gets resurrected in the Lazarus pit. Oh, wait, hold on. Something I just realized. We got Black Flash over here. I don't know who that is. I don't know who the other guy is. Hella. Like, my boy Batman became Wolverine when he got put into this Lazarus pit type thing. This is 10 out of 10. Best comic. Definitely my favorite in 2026. Yeah. Please stop blowing my comic, man, for real. They fight for a little bit because, you know, he's all like Slade Wilson. Because his name's Wade Wilson. He thinks he's Slade Wilson. He's like, my enemy. Ooh, that ain't good. And then we got the Boy Wonder. I believe this is Tim. Or it could be, oh, sorry. Damian. My bad, man. Son of Batman. He fights. He pulls them out of this little crazy thing. Batman didn't actually die. That was all in Cassandra heads. Yeah, W for Damian. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's kind of growing on me. I don't know why. I think it might be, I don't know. He cool dude. He's growing on me. What can I say? Blah, 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 blah. Some keyboard boy. Some other stuff. Ooh. They become one. Dead bat. Oh my god. Dead bat. It's Batman, but he's Deadpool. And then they go their separate ways. I think how that's all happening is because the DC universe made love to the Marvel universe. I believe that's what they're trying to get at. I think. I don't know. Don't ask me. And then, yeah. And then we get, making grown man cry. More of this beauty. Well, we got a little sneak peek. Tells us a bit about, okay, we got Hellblazer and Doctor Strange, Nightwing, and Laura Kinney Wolverine, Harley Quinn, and the Hulk, Static, and Miss Marvel. I'm not really excited for that because Static is cool. Miss Marvel, meh. Not a fan. But we got Constantine talking to, I think he's talking to Doctor Strange. Yes, he is. He do be doing that. He's in here talking to Doctor Strange about what, bitch? I don't know. And then we got, I believe this is Swamp Thing, or it could be Man Thing. I don't know. I get those two confused every single day. Swamp Thing, I believe. And then we got Ghost Rider. Peak. I believe it's Swamp Thing and then Ghost Rider. Yeah. And then more of them. A little nice little ad for Absolute Batman. I'll allow it. Ooh, and then we got my favorite part. Nightwing is really growing on me. I'm a Nightwing boy at heart. And I think these two should become a thing. Not gonna lie. They're pretty good together. We got Nightwing and X-23 talking. And then they're going through the sewers looking for you-know-who. Killer Croc. And then I think they're trying to find her sister because Mr. Killer Croc took her. And then, boom. Nightwing saves the day because he's the GOAT. Why wouldn't he? And they're all like, how'd you get here? She was like, I was finding my teddy bear. That's about it. Valid reason to go in a sewer looking for a teddy bear. We got my boy Killer Croc. And they like beat the shit out of him. Because we gotta do. You know. I love it. And then Nightwing, the GOAT he is, he's talking to the X-23's sister. And they're talking about dogs. She was all like, I have a dog. He died though. And he's all like, oh, I have a dog. And she's like, does he have superpowers? And he's like, nah, he's just a regular dog. You can meet him though. And she's like, alright, bet. And then they go back to the Watchtower. Sorry, not Watchtower. Whatever Batgirl's, what is it called? The Clock Tower. Sorry, there it is. We got Barbara Gordon talking to X-23, and then we have Nightwing being a good person, letting a dog talk to the girl. And then they go up here talking about how they have crazy dads, and they're relating with each other. So I'm like, yeah. I mean, my dad, he's crazy. I'm not even really related to him. And Nightwing's like, technically, that's my dad too. I'm not related to him, but he's Batman and he's crazy. And then, oh, Peak. We got them looking over the city, and then in their minds, they got them looking over them. You know what I mean? And then we got the Incredible Hulk and Harley Quinn. I'm not crying, you're crying. I don't love this, you love it. Damn. They're just out here having fun, because why wouldn't they? And yeah, they're doing their thing. Okay, and then we got like Kamala Khan, and then Stack Shock. I don't know who this is, but he's cool, okay? Whoever this looks like Godzilla or some shit. So if that's some Static Shock, somebody tell me more about that. I might want to get into it. And then stuff happened. And they're talking to each other. They're like, "We like you, I like you, blah blah blah." And they're fighting this Godzilla-looking blue flaming head dude. And then I believe that is it. Yeah. And then they talk about some upcoming comics, Nightfall, which I heard is really good. Am I gonna check it out? Probably not. If you want to check it out, sure, give it a try, but too long. Because it goes from DCKO and then DCKO separates into a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't got time for that, nor the money. So, you know. And then it talks about some other cool, The Long Halloween, that's a good one. But yeah. This might be my favorite comic. It's either going to be number 1 or number 2 versus the Absolute Batman. So, but yeah, I do hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And if you like this, please leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what your favorite one was. And then, yeah. And if you want to see more, keep telling me you want to see more. What else? If you want to hear me talk about my comics and give ratings and say why I like them and stuff like that, leave a comment down below saying you want me to do that. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and peace.